Guy, and today we're here to talk about The Little Mermaid Live, that live broadcast that Disney decided to do a couple of weeks back. Now, I know it was a couple of weeks ago, but I haven't had a chance to talk to you about it yet, and I really have a lot to say. First, I want to say I loved the concept. I thought the concept was great. I thought it was beautiful to look at. I thought the live audience was a great idea. I think the live audience in these are always a great idea to give it some energy and some pop and really make it work for whatever the production happens to be. I also loved the animation that they used in it. I thought the addition of the animation added so much texture to what they were already doing. I thought that at the end of Under the Sea, when all the fish came in, the way they do in the movie, I just thought it was great. I thought it was seamless. I thought it really added a nice change to what we've been seeing with these live broadcasts. And I thought they did a really nice job. I thought the costuming was beautiful. I thought everybody looked great. And it didn't even bother me that there were a million people running around on stage at times. I thought Under the Sea was a little busy with all the kids out on stage and even Meryl Streep, but even that didn't bother me. I thought that was all great. There were some things, though, that did bother me, and we're going to get to that right now. First, let's talk about Auli'i and her performance as Ariel. I thought she was wonderful. I really thought that she had the innocence that's needed for that role. I thought she sang it well. I was sorry that she got hit at some point in the production and ended up with a black eye. I thought that was really too bad. I also thought that she was extremely uncomfortable flying around. But I thought she really did a pretty nice job. There was a couple of moments where she was maybe a little pitchy, but really as a whole, I thought she did a great job. And I thought Graham did a wonderful job as Prince Erik. I think it was a standout performance in this production. I thought he gave it everything he could and did the best that he possibly could. So thumbs up to both of those performers. I really thought they did a good job. Let's talk about Queen Latifah. I love Queen Latifah, and I think she can sing. That woman's got pipes, definitely. And I thought she sang really well in this production. But I have to say, I felt like she was kind of just doing her own thing, wasn't really in tune with what the rest of the production was about. And I don't think that was her fault, and we're going to get to that in just a minute. I also loved the way they introduced her with the big tentacles and the big costume and stuff. The reveal was great, and then to bring her out of that was really good. It's just really too bad that the costume that they gave her, she couldn't, one, breathe. She was really having trouble breathing in that costume. And two, she couldn't move. Who thought that was a good idea? So the two things she needs to be able to do on television are breathe, so she can sing, and move. And she couldn't do either of them comfortably. And that was really too bad. I mean, would it have been too much to give her just a little bit more give in that costume? I think they probably could have done that without any problems. Let's talk about John Stamos. I'm not even really sure what to say about John Stamos. I really thought he was terrible. I really did. And John Stamos is a huge Disney fan, and I understand that because I love Disney. I'm a huge Disney fan, and I'm a performer. I get it, and you want to do those parts, especially that song, Les Poissons, happens to be one of my favorite songs in the movie. I absolutely love that song. It makes me laugh whenever I hear it. And he did a horrible job. It was bad. It was just bad. He couldn't move well. He almost fell down the stairs, which I don't blame him. It was a live broadcast. It happens in live performances all the time. I thought his costuming was fine. I just thought he sang it really poorly and performed it really poorly. It didn't even really bother me that all those little crabs came out. That didn't really bother me. There was a point in that number that bothered me more than any others, and we'll get to that in just a moment too. But John Stamos, I'm sorry, buddy. I like you, but you were not good in this production. And let's talk about Shaggy. What to say about Shaggy? First of all, that he was reading the prompter. Are you serious? You're doing a live broadcast of this musical, and you're reading the prompter? Really bad. Really bad. No acting going on there at all. None. And reading the prompter? I had somebody say that we should actually just be glad that he could read, and I don't buy into that because Shaggy has experience. He's got stage experience. He knows what he's doing. Really not good. Not good, guys. And that brings me to what my big, huge issue of this production was. The direction. Hamish Hamlish, I thought, did a horrible job directing this production. I almost didn't think he directed it. Like, I felt like he directed all the technical things. He got the stage done. He got the costumes done. He got, the video included in it. He got the audience participation. But let's talk about the audience participation. How ridiculous was that? Like, waving those blue things to make it look like you're part of the water. All those little crab hands. Oh, so bad. Oh, I hated it. Hated the audience participation. Horrible. Needed to cut the whole thing. Why didn't somebody say to him, that's horrible? Oh, so bad. But really, it looked like all of the actors came into that production a week before they went live. They got blocked in, which means they just got staged. They got put where they're supposed to be on the stage. Maybe learned a couple of dance steps. And then were thrown in front of the camera. It didn't look like there was any direction at all that happened with them. Like, they looked like they had never worked together before. It was like there were no relationships built. There was no understanding of why Ursula might want to get Ariel. And I think Queen Latifah knew, but she certainly was not helped out in the direction. Shaggy was certainly not helped out by his director. He was just left out there floundering. It was awful. John Stamos, floundering. And these are people that have a lot of experience. There's no reason for that. There's no excuse for the direction that took place, or I should say the direction that didn't take place for this. That being said, I thought some things of this production, like I said, were wonderful. I loved the set. I loved the stage. I loved the transitions. I loved the costuming. I actually loved all the people on the stage. And those people that were doing aerials above the stage, instead of being distracting, they're flying and doing all their stunts and stuff above the stage were gorgeous. It was beautiful. It added so much to it. And it's just sad that the principals looked like they were completely under-rehearsed. They were completely left out. It was almost as though the director said, oh, these are great performers. They'll just do their thing. I don't need to work with them. That is not the way it works. That's not the way it works in the real world. Unfortunately, you cost a great performance because of it. Because the performance could have been great. I thought they did some really wonderful stuff. Just overall, just not good. So where does that lead us? Where does that take us? And where should we go from here, right? What direction do we go from here? Well, I think that Disney needs to lick its wounds. It got horrible reviews, rightfully so. So I think it licks its wounds, and then it says, we try again. We try again with a different piece of property. I think they can do it right. I think if you get the right director in there, it can be really good. The stories are strong. The music is strong. There are great performers out there dying to do this stuff. Go get them. You can have a big star name. Make a big star name. Put a big star name in. That's great. No worries. But then get a director that's actually going to direct. You need a director that's not only familiar with television and how the technical aspect of television works, but needs to understand how to direct the stage. A director that needs to understand that your actors need help and guidance. That's your job. Your job isn't just to put them on the stage and say go. Your job is to direct them. So do that. And I can assure you, you will have a great production. It may not be a production that is going to win an Emmy Award, but we don't care. We just want something that's worthy of the Disney brand. And The Little Mermaid Live was not worthy of the Disney brand. That's the final say. It just was not worthy of it. So, what do you think? I guess the question is, do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Did you love The Little Mermaid Live? I know there were people that loved The Little Mermaid Live. That's great. Leave comments below. Let's talk about it. I want to hear what you have to say. I want to hear what other people thought of this production and of this television broadcast, because I don't think it's the last we're going to see, but I hope it's the worst. I hope they go up from there. So that's it for today. Until next time, see you soon.